Thank you again, Lola. And it's interesting that you said you don't want to, and that's not marketing me. Please go ahead and market me. What am I? What are we discussing? What we're talking about actually has to do with the line of our job, and if we've got to market, we don't even need to because it just
You
speaks
know,
to
it
itself. And like our founder and chief visionary, Dr. Ned, would always say, and you rightly mentioned, the minimum criteria for every human being, and that starts with a child, to dream is a good roof over their head.
there you
And
have
if
it.
you, as the mom, you know, come in and assist to make sure that that dream, for your child is that room is made for your child to have, that dream, then for me, you're a super mom. And so, thank you so much for answering so rightly. We'll go on to the next, and that will be, what are some of your fantastic and not so fantastic mom experiences? There are the good days and there are not so good days. So tell us some of the fantastic experiences you've had so far as a mom. Tell us some of the not so fantastic moments or experiences you've had so far. And can mothers truly have it all? Have a great job, a balanced family life, and personal fulfillment. Do you have it all? Are you going to be able to get it all? Are you working towards having it all? These are so many questions that a lot of people, even those who are currently moms and those who are moms to be, aspiring to be mothers really soon, there are questions that, they ponder and they want to know, can I truly, have it all? Can I be a wife? Can I be a mother? Can I be successful at my job? Play all roles, wear all hats, juggle all balls, and keep it going. And I'm still sane as a woman, as a mother.
Thank you for that question. To begin with, the most fantastic moments. It'll be the milestones, seeing your child for the very first time. It's surreal. I don't think anything in the world can actually beat that. Then them growing up, and for a first time mom, you're checking everything out. You're reading a lot. You're jotting down the milestones. I have plenty of things on my phone, on diaries and everything. The first time they sat, the first time he sat rather, first time he even could, the ooh ooh ah ah, those things were heart melting, and you just take note of every little thing. And for everybody, it may seem cliche, but trust me, it's amazing. The first steps. There are so many things that nothing can beat in the world when it comes to you and your child and the bond. And then the not so fantastic moments. It'll be the teething period, anything can come off it. It'll be them falling down. My son has some scars that, fortunately, I was present when those things happened. Like, it wasn't bound of carelessness, particularly, or negligence, but it has actually helped even in my work. I'm on site now and I'm telling other engineers that, look, you can't put this socket here because this is not a two-bed terrace. A two-bed terrace wouldn't be for, the family. It's supposed to be for a couple, the love pad. But a three-bed terrace that's supposed to be for a family, don't put this socket here, because when their child is crawling or when their child is just beginning to walk, yeah, being a mom in this industry, all these things that you wouldn't normally think of will come. So from my own experiences of the bad ones or him falling ill, I get a call from his school. I got a call from his school one day in the afternoon. He started swimming lessons not too long ago, and he hit his head in the pool.
Oh, wow.
I was on site. I called the driver, let's go. And then because I was supposed to meet with our founder that day, I just called him that I'm sorry I can't make this meeting. I need to rush down to my son's. We just said okay. We'll talk later because he understands. And I got to I don't even know how long it took, but I think at some point I took the car from the driver. Like I need
You
to
got
get there
out.
no, we swapped. I had to drive.
That's what I'm saying. You got out of the car.
I did. I did. I had to. Because you're not there, you're thinking the worst at the same time praying. So those moments for me, the fear, I don't enjoy the fear, and it really gets to me. And then going to if women can have it all. If I can have it all. Truly, if we're being honest, nobody has it all. But you suit your actions to fit your expectations. And your expectations can actually form your all. So my expectations form my all. And because I have an amazing support system at home and at work in my team, because I don't have to be there. Work does not stop rolling because I'm not there. It doesn't stop rolling because two of us are not there. Everybody has what they're supposed to do individually and for the goal of the team. And everybody fulfills that. So because I've been fortunate enough to carve this great team at work, and I have a grounded and amazing support system at home, I'm able to, because I'm not where I want to be completely. There's room for growth. I want to grow. I want so many things. So if these things are well placed, which I've been able to do, it allows me the opportunity to personally develop myself, even to unwind, to be a mom, a girlfriend, a wife, a lover, everything jammed together.
It's not a small something.
Oh, it's not. And when you have these things set out, there's burden, no doubt. But it's just not going to be as heavy as so many people would think.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people would even look at you and say, are you sure this one is... Are you sure you are really married? Abi, you have a fiance or something? Because of this notion people have of, oh, the wife is supposed to be, oh, my husband is understanding and he's a modern man. He knows that it's not about kitchen life. Your life is not, he knows also that it's not about work or anything, but finding a balance. It's quite important. So we have our weaknesses and our strengths. Thankfully, they're on the opposite. So where I'm weak, he's strong for the team.
And so it's important for you to make sure that in making the decision of your life partner.
That's like the single most important decision that anybody will make, because from him you get your child. If you overlook the flaws and you go for something on face value.
Super story, eventually.
And it's not going to be funny because you eventually, I've heard so many people change their minds about having kids because of the person they're with. You just don't want somebody like this person. But that's story for another day.
I know.
Yeah, so having also really, not to go into religion or anything, but the grace of God is also important because there's actually no formula to all these things. There's no manual, there's
no script.
Really, you just get right into it. It's like you get into water, you can't complain that you're cold anymore. You have to calm down, let the temperature of the water and your body flow together, and then just find your way. Find what works for you. That's like most important. Just find what works for you in whatever field that you work. Ours is real estate. Ours is the construction industry, and we enjoy what we do. That's why we're willing to fight for that work and our work back at home as a wife and as a mom. So really for me, with my expectations, I'd say that I actually do have it all.
Thank you so much for sharing some of those personal moments. So we'll go right to the next one. What message really would you like to pass on to other mothers in real estate, other women who are also moms or aspiring moms and are in the same workspace as you and I? What are you going to say to them really? How have you, evolved through the years, and how to kind of answer some of those questions that they also have.
The last thing I said about the last question was loving what you do. If you're in the real estate space right now, if you don't love what you do, you'll be way behind. Whether you're in sales, whether you're in construction, whether you're in facility, no matter your specialization, you need to love what you do. And thankfully, this is still International Women's Month. And if you, being in Nigeria, you hear stories of our able CEO here, and so many women in real estate that have been able to actually break the bias. Even me, you don't find so many women in my line of work and with the kind of work that I do have to handle. But we're doing our part to break the bias, and it stays with us getting more information, getting more knowledge, being knowledgeable. You have to keep learning. You have to be dynamic, yes, because anything can come up at any time. And if you're not in the position to adjust or adapt to it, then you'll be way behind. And, if you have knowledge, obviously they say you have power. Mm-hmm. You have to create a force in yourself. Find that source of motivation for you, because you want to be heard as a woman. Mm-hmm. You know that you want to be on top of your game. You want to excel. You want to speak and people would make reference to whatever it is that you're saying. And there's so many women that you can be their mentees, really. These days, our CEO, I can tell you for free, that if you enter her DMs, she would respond to you. If you get her hat on social media, anyone that you can find her, even right here on YouTube, she will get back to you, because she's taking it, again, I'm not marketing, but she's taking it as a personal goal to shape the lives of so many women, because we're breaking the bias, no doubt, but there's still, statistics will say that there's still large disparity in the number of men and women doing this work that we're doing. And she's made it her life's goal to get as many women shaped out in whatever industry. She doesn't only counsel people in real estate. And I really do want to be like that.
Oh, wow.
I do. I want to be like that. And it's so important.
So raising a tribe.
Yes.
Actually takes the entire village to.
It does.
So it's not just the CEO thing. It's just we all have to hold one.
We do.
One another.
We do.
I remember this saying, if one can reach one and teach one, and then the world will just be a better place. So really? It's not a CEO thing. It's all of us women realizing that gap is still there, and we need more representation at the top. And so we need to keep pulling.
It's not just about saying women supporting women. It's not the support. It's actually pulling others.
Yeah.
That we have to get to where we're going.
And when you're there, you make sure you create room for them to come in.
Yes.
And then keep inspiring. Really. For me, it's really important to also say that.
And really, basically, as women, as mothers, you're a natural builder, a maker, and the greatest executor, to be honest. Because if you're a mother and you work, you're unmatched. And you can do it. You just have to put your mind to it. You can actually do it. You can own it and you can be it. Really.
Woo! Some power talk. You can own it, you can build it, you can be it. Even I am getting so many nuggets that I'm going to use for my mentees. Okay, so...
we're learning from the best. We are.
Thank you.
We are.
Thank you. I'm really honored. So I have actually stretched you today. Let me just take the last one I I think I'll take the last one. I still have a couple, but let's take the last one. And
Take it.
just wrap it up for us, really. What's the most rewarding thing about being a mom?
You know, at work, you're building safe havens for families, and then you're settling them in. You're on site sometimes when they're getting the apartments.
And this is from your point of view.
This is from my point of view. They're moving in with their families. It gives you this level of fulfillment. But after the hard day's work, you come home and you see that you have that opportunity to build a life for yourself, your kids, especially when they're so little. For me right now, my son's hugs are like the most priceless thing in the world. He comes and then he says, "I love you, mommy." Take it all. You know, if I can relate to, or maybe it's more rewarding for me because it's exactly what we do at work. Not like we're matchmaking people, but you're creating this life.
It's actually a matchmake.
Eh?
Yes, when you're taking a family and you're bringing them into a new space, it's a matchmake.
Oh, really? True. True, actually. I'm going to do something around that. You know, so you're helping these families settle down into their new space, into a place you know that they would enjoy. You feel this fulfillment. Then getting home and seeing that you actually have what you just gave somebody else. It's amazing. Really, I don't know how to explain it. It hits different.
I know.
It hits different. It's just so surreal because I don't know, thank God for mothers, really. It's so many hats, as you'd call it, and juggling everything together, being the best that you can be, even when you're tired. For your children, for your kids, that energy will come. For them just to put a smile on their face, and it'll always be worth it for you. Always. It's amazing, really. So for me, that would be the most rewarding thing. And you know, they say you can't give what you don't have. And then giving, I know, it's amazing, really. It is. It is.
You know, so there's this popular saying, if my mother no sleep, if my baby no sleep or my mother no sleep, there's some.
If I no sleep, my mother no go sleep. It's true.
Yeah, and then true. It begins to, you know, dawn on you that as you make that life, you breathe into that life, you raise that child, you know, they begin to, you know, also get sensitive of, you know, their environment and their world. And from you loving and nurturing and caring for them, you know, the table begins to turn at some point again.
True. And
then this song comes to play. If I no sleep, my mother no go sleep. You know, so it's just an amazing world, and you just marvel. And for me, you have said it all. It's very rewarding, you know, to actually be a mom. For those who are currently mothers and for those who are mothers in waiting, it is absolutely the best feeling in the world. And I use us as a point of contact for those who are waiting, and I pray that their supplications, their prayers are answered really soon. We use Mother's Day as a point of contact to them and bless their wombs. By God's grace and power, they will hear, you know, the cries of babies in a couple of months by His mercy. It's been real with CEO, and thank you so much to my amazing guest, Lola. Lola has done justice to our conversations today, and I hope it has blessed you. I just want to say one day is definitely not enough to talk about mothers, our amazing journey, and everything that we represent in the life of our children, our husband, our colleagues, our neighbors, our siblings, our parents, name it, the many hats we so graciously wear. One day, one discussion is not enough to talk about it, but I want to believe that this conversations we've had with Lola has blessed someone today. Mamas are not too much. May your prayers always be heard. May your eyes only be teary for the blessings and joys that your family, your children bring you. And may you continually have them sit around your table and call you blessed.
Amen.
Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing mothers, mommies and mommies to be all around the world. I love you all. And I am rooting for you constantly. Yes. You're doing amazing. You are the absolute best. You got this.
Heroes without kids.